Namaste, beautiful yogis. Welcome to Kamenova Yoga. I'm Ali, and today we're doing another class in the elongation, strength, and lymphatic program, which I will call regenerative. After regenerative farming, regenerating the soil, etc. Last class was permaculture, so I figured I'm just gonna go down the cool farming list. If you're in any way interested in farming, growing stuff, or just having a plant at home or in your backyard, these titles will probably resonate with you. Otherwise, they will still resonate with you, I believe, because we're also connected to the earth and her health and the health of the soil. And with regenerative farming, we have exactly that, fixing the top layer, the soil, and creating a healthy top layer, which is very similar to our external layer, what is the skin and below the skin. So it's our protective layer, and we want to have good microbiome here and a functioning system, so no skin issues, no openness to the elements. We're operating with the elements in a healthy way. The class today is going to be no weights, to give you a break with the weights, especially if you don't have a lot of weights at home. But I'm sure for the weighted classes, I still invite you to do them with just a water bottle or 2 water bottles for dumbbells, if you don't have dumbbells. Today's class, I want to focus on strength from a different perspective, a little longer holds on the warriors, because I want to work on the strength of the hamstrings and the back of the thigh. We're going to get the top and the inner thigh, of course, with those poses always, but I feel that that particular move, this is still the intro, this particular move gets to stretch and tone at the same time, which you really don't get a lot of in any other movement style. So it's a very beautiful move for really creating a flow in that area, because with flow, we strengthen the fascia, we remove any water stagnation, stagnant energy, cellulitis, etc. We just tone the body, and not only the muscles and the skin, but also the fascia and the lymphatic system, which in essence is one and the same, right? Because everything is part of the same chain. But we have seen plenty of people who only work on muscles and then not on the lymphatic system, so that's possible. The muscles themselves would help with lymphatic drainage. If you build muscles, they will pump the blood and the lymph. They will move, I should say, the blood and the lymph better. I've been reading, still I went back to read that, to finish the book that I based a whole monthly program on, which was called The Second Heart, and it's based on the muscles in the calves. And these muscles, if we build them and if we exercise them daily in simple moves like this, and not the heel drop here, just the flexing of the calves, that helps the heart because it helps the blood to move, and it tones the blood, tones the vessels. So per his opinion, he's Russian, I think, professor in could be physiology or medicine. I got to double check, because I started a while ago and I haven't looked him up lately. But in his opinion, that is a great way to approach heart disease, cholesterol, high blood pressure, all those things, just with the muscles in the calves. Of course, the whole body, he's very big on exercise, and some very basic exercises such as push-ups, squats, and heel lifts. So that's why I include it in a separate program, to just drill it in as a very important move. I include it in many classes, and sometimes to give you a little bit of twist on that move, when you lift, you flex, and when you drop heavy, you also create reverberation in the system, which strengthens your bones. It does. And it's a very simple move that you can do at pretty much any age. Now, when we also drop, we also move the lymph. So it's a very powerful move with a few different elements that are either separate or you can unite. You can just do lifts, or you can do lift and heel drops. So that is the class intro. We're gonna just imagine a regenerating earth, a regenerating soil, a regenerating top layer. Part of it would be, you know, covering the top layer the way the forest covers it with mulch. That's kind of how we'll think about ourselves as well, just having a protective layer, which is technically our skin. Mulch is almost like the skin for the soil, because you don't want exposed soil. And we're going to contemplate a protective layer for Earth, which will translate as a protective layer for ourselves. That is a physical, literal, and a spiritual concept. And that will be the concept for the class. And let's begin, and let's flow with love, strength, and ease. Starting at the front, we're gonna bring the hands over. You can bring them over the heart or over the heart and the belly, and just build a protective layer around yourself, or imagine it, visualize it, see it, feel it. And begin to expand that protective layer around your loved ones, children, parents, etc., partners, friends. Extend that protective layer into your community, so around your more expanded community, maybe neighborhood, area, city, etc., your community. And now expand it further into seeing a regenerating earth, top layer soil. So with beautiful microbiome and rich nutrient dense, filled with nutrient soil, which happens from the breakdown of the mulch. And now imagine all of this as a one system that operates as a one. It pulses as a one being, one organism. Deepen the breath. And feel the breath of that system. Let's inhale the hands over the head, lift, reach. Exhale, dive. Inhale, look ahead of you, chair. Coming out of the chair, we're gonna start with heel lifts onto the tippy toes, flexing the calves, drop. Lift, flex, drop. Lift, flex, drop. So it's two moves in one, and you're gonna just merge them in one move. There is no thought of flexing and then dropping, it's just one move. Lift, drop, lift, drop. And relax. Now when you imagine that protective layer, including that vision, the idea of consent, that nothing that you have not verbally and consciously consented to can come into your presence and permanently affect you, because things come into our presence and they do affect us, but when we haven't given our consent, we cleanse out of them. So see that protective layer as a spiritual contract, almost as a ethereal sphere around you and your community, etc., and earth, rather than just the skin, right? It expands into more of a conceptual thing. All right, now we're gonna hop and drop onto the heels. This is a little different now, more lymphatic. You can your lips. That's more of a face yoga. All right, let's hop on one leg. The other. And step at the front, quickly scan the body, and exhale through the areas that you find out of alignment, out of balance, stiff, achy, painful, prone to injury, etc. Areas that are off in your body. Just exhale and soften there, releasing the tension that you store there, or the thought form that you store there. It works, I promise. Over time, if you learn how to relax and release in the areas that you're actually tense, over time they will actually heal. All right, inhale, reach, chair. Exhale, forward fold. Shake the head. Hands on the floor. This is Leo's spot, really. He lays on this mat and uses this mat for far more than I do. So he's wondering what I'm doing on his mat. Plank. Chaturanga and up dog. Back to chaturanga and down dog. Inhale the right leg up, open, drop behind you, well thing. Side plank and really elongate here. Let's grab our knee, right hand to right knee, lift here, really stretch it out here. With a little bit of a pull. All right, grab your ankle, guide it to the front, twist. And let's elongate here with a twist. So you take the right arm up and over, palm of the hand down, right shoulder above the left. Elongate, lift, press the back heel away. Juicy. That's the true juicy move. All right, we're gonna transfer that right hand on the floor and take half moon. Grab your ankle behind, open here. You can actually bring your ankle to your butt and stretch the front thigh. All right, plank. Chaturanga, up dog, chaturanga, down dog. A quick break. Leo, come lay here. Lay down here. Lay. Down dog. Take his seeing a fly. Take the left leg up, open, drop it behind, wow thing. Side plank. Reach over and really stretch it out. Palm of the hand down. Let's take the knee and pull your left knee in for a stretch here. It stretches the groin, the hamstring. Great. Guide your foot to the front, twist, left arm up. Lunge with a twist. Reach forward, stretch, 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 lengthen, elongate. Transfer the hand down, half moon. And you can grab your ankle, right hand to right ankle here, and stretch the front of the thigh. Squeeze your heel to your glutes for a quad stretch, and hip flexor stretch, and the whole structure stretching. And plank. Chaturanga, up dog, chaturanga, down dog. Inhale the right leg up, open. Here you can explore the movement of your toes and just move them behind you gently, and feel how that elongates your midsection. So you don't have to go into wow thing here, just explore this pose here and the elongation that happens here. Letting your right hip drop. It's technically above the left hip and behind. And breathe. Great. Step it through. Warrior two. All right, hold it here. Take wider stance, or as wide as it's comfortable for you. It doesn't have to be very wide. And also work on the location of your torso, tailbone, hips here. And as you deepen the stance, you can touch your hamstrings and feel the parts of the body. The inner quad is really fired up here, especially if you press equal amount of weight on the four energetic corners of your foot. So if you activate the foot, the toes, inner, outer side of the heel, you will activate properly the muscles in the thighs. Hold it. And side angle. Reach over the head and really elongate. All right, from here you can bring your right hand onto the right hip, press your left hand onto the left hip, sorry, right hand on the floor, and take side plank on the right hand side. All right, a little stretch here. You can take your left foot behind you, and next stage is you can take the ankle and open here. Great. Chaturanga. Up dog. Chaturanga, down dog. Left leg up. Explore here. So you're going to bring the left hip up over the right hip, bend the knee, and semi. So you're going to drop the toes behind you, but without the intention of going into a wild thing, rather exploring here. This really stretches not only the obliques, but it goes into the hip, IT band, psoas, groin. The whole structure there, hip flexors, adductors, cleansing breath. Energize your toes here. Great. From here, we're going to close it in and step it through into Warrior Two. So find your location here, and it will shift over time as well. It's not always going to be the same place. We go forward and back, and it's a dance with flexibility and alignment. But you're going to find where it feels like you're exactly on the edge of comfort and stepping out of comfort zone. I was asking you to describe my classes on Instagram, and one person said it feels like the right amount of feeling comfortable and pushing just out of my comfort zone, which is the victimhood place. So pushing out of that, of the comfort of being a victim and taking responsibility. So that's a nice analogy to think about, translate it into the body. Physically, when we push out, we take things into our hands. Spread the toes open. Distribute the weight onto the foot evenly. Inner edge of the foot, outer edge, everything is distributed evenly. Four corners of the foot. The right hip is rotating, and feel a lift here. Your foundation is strong, you're breathing, Mula Bandha is engaged. And with Mula Bandha, when we squeeze not to pee, that is just kind of a roundabout way to identify the location of Mula Bandha, which is apex of muscles and energy. So it's a physical and an energetic place. But once we find it, there's no tension, no squeezing. It's more of a lift, engaging Mula Bandha versus flexing or squeezing. So there's no tension, there's strength and flexibility with no tension. And we're gonna go into side angle. Turn the left palm down, reach, look up, rotate the right hip, rotate the right rib cage up, right palm down, sorry. And we're going to transfer into side plank. Grab your ankle, right hand to right ankle, open. Plank. Chaturanga. Up dog. Chaturanga. Down dog. Take the right leg up. Extend the toes, activate the toes. So in between pointing, but slightly flexing the toes, not the foot, the toes. And we're going to draw circles with the right foot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Change direction. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Step it through. And drop the back heel down for warrior 1 this time. Rotating internally the left hip here and pressing the right femur back. Pressing the back heel towards the floor. It doesn't have to touch the floor, but have that direction there. You can activate your tongue here, mewing, pressing the tongue to the roof of the mouth. From here we're gonna do a few straightening and lowering, just to kind of explore your range of motion, how it feels in the stages of straightening and bending. Great. Revolving triangle, square the hips, lower the chest or low to the floor, left hand down, right arm up. Revolving half moon. Glide your left hand somewhere in front of your right foot. Lift the back heel. And intense side angle. Chest over the right thigh. And plank. Chaturanga, up dog, chaturanga, down dog. Take the left leg up. Point the foot, flex the toes, and let's draw circles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Change. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Step it through. Warrior 1. Internally rotating the right hip and explore here. So you don't want to be tilted. You want to find some form of or a level of harmony and balance in the posture to the degree that you can, without forcing it, without it being too mental of a pose. I find that's the caveat with alignment. It's we exit how the body feels, we exit the somatic movement, the intuitive, and we become too mental about the alignment. So this is just a stage, we gotta go through it. I feel most of us, we have to really feel it on an intellectual, visceral level, somatic, intuitive, and just purely how it feels energetically. So all of those stages matter, and at one point of our practice, and that's where longevity of the practice comes into play, it all becomes one. It becomes not forced, it becomes a flow. You can straighten the leg here and bend it a few times just to experience the movement. The stage is here. And now let's prepare for revolving triangle. You can spread your feet to about hip width apart, or they could be on the same line, whatever feels comfortable for your pelvis, predominantly and spine, without locking the knees. We're going to lengthen, chest parallel to the floor, drop the hand onto the shin bone or onto the floor, and open the left arm up. And revolving half moon, flex and lift that foot and heel behind you. And intense side stretch. So you can readjust and start from the top if you wanna find your lines. And let's step at the front. Bend the knees, lay your chest over them and hang over your thighs for a moment. Wrap your wrists around your elbows. Let your head hang. Exhale and take yogic squat from the forward doll, ragdoll hanging to yogic squat. Let your elbows open the knees, the hips, align the tailbone. Let's take the right arm out and back, open the left arm up, change, elongate, arms reaching away from each other, open the chest. And hands down, you can go into crow. And you can go into plank. Hold plank. chaturanga, up dog, chaturanga, down dog, right leg comes up, step it through, warrior two. Let's hold it again, so you can explore, move a little bit, wiggle a little bit before you hold it. Once you hold it, focus on the foot alignment. That will set you up from your roots up, from your base foundation up. So we can think of foundation as foundational thoughts rather than beliefs, because beliefs tend to believe the word has lie within the spelling in English. So I like to think about foundational principles as anchored in the higher thought form. So there are very few of them, and it's love, all of those indisputable things, indisputable facts, if you will. Those are foundations in the body. They're represented by the feet. There is energetic centers or chakras below the feet. There is the pelvis. That's also a foundational place in the body. And when we establish those energetic feet, pelvis, thoughts, places in the body, we are working on our grounding, our connection to the earth, and also oneness with the soil, exchange with the soil. Let's reverse it. Lengthen. Really feel as if you're about to touch the sky, the ceiling. And wrap it. Wrap your arms, maybe optional, you don't have to, but if it's comfortable, wrap underneath, side angle. And let's drop it here. Hands on the inside of the right foot. Walk your left knee away from you. A little bit of a stretch here for the groin area. I call all this constellation of a very complex structure the groin, so that it includes everything. It's the inner thighs, pelvic floor, lower back, lower belly, etc. This whole area is very complex, very connected. If something goes off, oftentimes it's very difficult to pinpoint what, because it's all one big connected structure. Plank, chaturanga, up dog, chaturanga, down dog. Take the left leg up, step it through. Warrior two. And again, you can just explore. Rotate, breathe, feel. Feel your feet, open them, press into the inner outer edges of the feet, open, spread the toes, etc. So feel the feet completely active here and activated. You've asked me about those socks. They are very sticky and warm, which is more of a concern in winter. I started wearing them in the cold winters, but they're also very sticky. I like them for that reason. I'm not gliding around on the mat. The negative is if you want to glide your feet, they'll stop you. So for those, I can take them off for just kind of gliding around. But for sticking a pose like this one, they're going nowhere, they're not moving. And they have also gloves for the same purpose. They're just kind of fingerless gloves. So if you have an issue with gliding around on your mat, those really work. All right, right, let's reverse it. And from side angle to a wrap, optional. And here we're going to bring the hands on the inside of the left foot. Walk your knee away from you and stretch here. It turned into a very groiny, groin-centered class, foundation-centered, foundation building. All right, from here onto all fours and just do a few figure eights with the shoulders and hips, or just wiggling around wave-like. Slow the breath down. Sit onto your bum, and you can move the fleshy part back so that you're on the edge of your bum. You're on the edge of your seat here, and lean back. Pull the belly in, lower belly in particular here, and we're going to bring one leg in, one knee in, and then the other one to open the chest. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10. Hands kind of in prayer be in front of you, and we're going to go 1 elbow to knee, 2 twist, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Here I want you to lean back onto your forearms, pull the belly in, give it a little bit of a pelvic tilt. So from here you're gonna tilt a little, and you're going to glide the right heel away from you and glide it with resistance back. This is straight from my postpartum series, right after birth. That was pretty much the only abs I'll do first. This type of abs, really simple. Planks on the wall, etc. It's a good way to build this area, to really connect there. Truly connect there. Opposite side. So because it's so easy, focus on connection. And let's sit in cross-legged position. He still has, the kitty still has dreams about breastfeeding. Very cute. And sit down in a comfortable, easy position. Roll the shoulders back and down. Inhale and lift the left arm up, twist. Change. Back to center. Round the back, drop back. Look at your navel. Arch. And round. And arch. And round. And now circle. Circle around the base of the spine. And change. Think of your spine as a young tree here. Fluid, flexible, strong. Let's extend the right leg down, left foot out, left foot on the outside of the right. Take the right arm up and twist. Twist here, elbow, or however you want to do this one. There's so many variations. You can reach up, you can clasp under, as long as you feel a good adjustment here. And lengthen through the crown of the head. Press the extended leg down, very active. Great. And let's change. Reach. Twist. Activate the extended leg. Straighten the spine, lengthen through the crown, open the chest. And release. Let's do a little bit of neck. I have a lot of neck things, but in the other classes, which I include probably often enough, let's look over the right shoulder. Just follow with your gaze over the left. A few more times at your speed. Chin parallel to the floor. You can mew here, press the tongue up. All right, back to center. Look up. Look up and mew. Release the tongue from the palate. Now free from the tongue on the palate. Just relax here. Look down. Look up. Down. Up. Steady the head and draw circles with your eyes. Eyes open or closed. Just draw circles with the eyes. Reverse. You can press your hands to your eyes, either palms. If your hands are dirty, which they probably are, you can just press the back of the hand, which is probably clean. If you can skip this if your hands are dirty on both sides, you want clean hands. Press, just if you don't have makeup, you can press the whole top, but otherwise you can just press your eyebrows, just right under the eyebrows. Kind of give it a little pressure there. And stay here for a few moments, allowing yourself to feel safe within the foundation we worked on today and the protection we worked on today. Foundation, protection, your bubble. Stay here, allowing yourself to flow with love, strength, and ease. Namaste.